The monorail's back, the train station's back, those terrible MOCs are kinda back, and my sanity has left for good. Oh yeah! So this week's city update has been another big city update, as I've been pretty much doubled it in size by roughly mocking up sections, as well as coming up with a few new ideas and building placements that hopefully you beautiful people out there will agree with. But whether you agree or you don't, let me know in the comment section, as I love getting ideas and confirmation for you guys on the city progress. It's absolutely awesome. So firstly, that town hall again. I'm sure this building has been talked about in almost like every city video for the last month, but people were really liking where I placed it at the moment, kind of bringing those Back to the Future vibes back in the city. Great Scott! So you know what, I'll leave it here for now, as I actually really like it here as well, and I think once the park has been built and populated, then it'll look really cool here. I'm still just a little concerned about the height, so I have to see what's going to go behind there in the future, kind of come up with some ideas. Now, as I showed at the end of last week's city update, behind there was an absolute tip. So the first thing I wanted to do this week was to kind of clean it all up, clean up the space so I can see what can go where. And I did this by moving those MOCs, if you can call them that, from that MOC graveyard at the back. And I was trying to think of some ways, some places that I could put them. Now, I think the town hall is going to stay here at the top, so I'm kind of thinking of adding these where I originally thought I was going to add the actual town hall, as I just think it makes that little bit look a little bit busier, at least for now, and I might as well use them. I also put the train station back, as I really like this spot, and I actually only moved it out because I'd lowered the tables for like the millionth time, but it's back now and it's staying. But I still can't run the trains at the moment though, as I still need to sort out a little bit of cable management for some of the light kits we've been adding slowly. Really slowly. I hate adding light kits. But just a quick mention on the light kits, you all seem to be loving the fact that we've started to include them, and that's absolutely awesome because they cost quite a little bit of money, but I agree, they look amazing. Also, there was a couple of comments on whether I'm going to be adding the lights to my MOCs and stuff, and the answer is oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be adding that to all of them, and we have bought a couple that I'm going to be trialing out. So we have a lot of light kits, including the Light My Bricks one for the town hall, because Brixmax doesn't seem to sell this one. We do have ones for like the bookshop, for instance, here, and we actually have one for the Parisian restaurant, which we don't even own yet, but we know we're going to get it at some point, so we might as well got the light kit for it. Now, what we did for the MOC ones is I bought one of these, which is the pet shop, which is basically two, so I thought that could be kind of used, and then hopefully for the tuning garage this might work. Okay, so once I tidied up the space a little bit, I finally got around to lining up the heights of the lower table and the train track table, as they were really off, and it made the train station look a little bit crooked. It was like the Leaning Tower of Pisa kind of crooked. So once that was in, I was then thinking of putting the MOCs at the back, but before I started putting all of those back, it was my mission this week to finally reinstall my beloved monorail system, seeing as it cost a fortune. It's my dream set and I had it built for a week. But during that time it's not been built, I have been sketching out ideas of the path that I wanted the track to go and making sure I had enough track. I mean, I didn't, but I think I got it to work. Kinda. Now, one of the ideas I definitely wanted to do, as I thought it added like another dimension to the city, was to have the monorail run down the back of the city buildings and under one of the tables and come out into the kind of like Ninjago district, land metropolis. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm trying to calculate the angles I have to use in order to do this. Now, if you guys have used the monorail track, then you'll know that it's a little bit difficult to work with, as the downslope pieces are only in one size, and that size is 2 entire base plates. Now, to get it to fit under the table, I would need at least 2 of these for like the downslope kind of piece and angle stuff. So kind of looking, I actually only have 2 of those at the moment. They cost a lot. Anyways, those sections added together with 2 corner tracks basically was the shortest length that I could actually have that amount of track to actually fit under here. So I was a little worried, but once I put it all together, using my very unstable kind of stilt to death, it fit quite well, and I think it started to look pretty boss actually. I think people are calling that pog nowadays. So once that bit was all built, I then went around and built the rest of the track based on my terrible sketches, and kind of built the track around kind of parts I knew I had. Now, my maths as always was absolutely terrible, so I need a few more pieces, but to be honest, I wanted to add a few more kind of up and down ramp pieces and stuff to make the track go higher and lower around this bit anyway, so I'll just find some of those at a good price at some point in the future and add those in. But anyways, I had the idea of the monorail coming out of either the waterfall or the tunnely bit, and kind of like just hugging the cliff edge and going around the hole in the Ninjago district. So using all the track I had, I came up with a kind of like weird snake path for the monorail to take, and this will probably change as I get more track, but I really like the idea of kind of like maybe making some of the MOCs and stuff like go under and over the track as if the city was kind of like built around this monorail, and I think that'll look really awesome. So I designed this route as I didn't really want the stitch strip to be on like a typical 32 by 32 grid like the classic area. I just, you know, making it harder for myself, but I am an 80s sci-fi kind of buff, and I really wanted this part to kind of resemble cyberpunk, Blade Runner aesthetics, which I think the Ninjago movie and garden sets fit well into, I mean, if they had water at the bottom. But yeah, I think this section is going to eventually require lots of trans bleed plates, but don't worry, Steph absolutely loves doing those for some reason, so she can do it. So at the end of this kind of loopy bit, I added the station bit so that the monorail can loop backwards and forwards, and yeah, I thought I'd give it its test. And I just had to hope that all the pillars that I'd set up didn't come crashing down. But it seemed alright, it seemed fine. So once the track was all played out, I had ideas already of where I was kind of thinking of putting the Ninjago, Monkey and Chinese Lunia sets in my head, I think. So I put gardens at the back because that's like the tallest, and I think the monorail kind of looping around and then coming at the beginning and front and stuff, I think that looks really, really awesome. And then I put the city one on like one of the loops where actually that looks like it's going to hold like 4 modular style buildings. So that'd be pretty fun to kind of like build up some MOCs and stuff, and hopefully in the future they might bring out some more. And then I've put docks here like to the side, as I think that section could be like one massive docking section with like ships like Destiny's Bounty or the Monkey at HQ and stuff kind of going there. So that gives me a little bit of room for some ships as well. So you guys will just have to let me know what you think of this kind of setup, but I think it's looking pretty cool. Now the Flower Fruit Mountain set is not finished yet, that we started in the live stream this week, but that set is going to go at the back along with the Temple Market Fair, and the idea I was thinking about before about having like those 2 sets mocked together, and then I was going to put like Spring Lantern Festival and Zane's statue set at the bottom here like this, which I think is going to look pretty cool. This is a bit more of like a tranquil ancient temple kind of area, and I think that's going to look really cool with like the cyberpunk and then this bit as well. So anyway, here's a little bit of a quick shaky cam of the new bits that I've added in. Okay, so here's just a super quick tour around what we've done in the city this week. So obviously put all the Ninjago sets around like this. Here is the monorail, so let's turn him on so you can just see a better loop if you wanted to see it. It's a little bit noisy, but there we go. So we've done Ninjago docks there, we've got Ninjago City here, gardens there. This is where Flower Fruit Mountain is going to go, along with the City Fair temple set. Then we have the new Spring Lantern Festival with Zane's statue right there. So it's kind of building up quite nicely. I've got some ideas for this, which we'll get into in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Then here are those terrible MOCs I've just kind of started to outline just to kind of hide the monorail at the back there. And then here's the train station and the trains all added in. And then we go back over to the old section of the city. So it's looking pretty cool. So that's it for this week's LEGO City update. Let me know in the comments down below if you're liking the placements and things, because these can all definitely move. But I'm glad the monorails are back and working. I just love that set. It's just such an awesome set. And I definitely hope we get a new monorail in the future. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like and a comment, as it just really helps and gets the video out to more and more people. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so, because I do a city video pretty much every week, and as well as also doing some other random Lego-y style stuff as well. But anyways, as always, have an absolute awesome day.